So although it's 2020, men do still think that we wear makeup or don't wear makeup purely for male validation. So I thought I'd do a little makeup tutorial. Now I'm going to start with foundation. It is in the shade Porcelain. That's because I like to remind men that I need to be handled like a piece of fine china. Carefully. Conceal the under eyes because the only bags that matter are the designer ones he's going to buy us for Christmas. Now crack out that white powder because we all know that men like women who can bake. Now we move on to blush because we like to look more flushed than a man will ever be able to make us. If you know what I'm saying. Now for eyeshadows, I like to go for browns to remind him that he will be living in the woods if he doesn't give me his credit card. And a little bit of shimmer to remind them that I am the light of their life. For eyeliner, remember that men are fragile, so we have to keep it sharp enough to cut them. Now for mascara, we want our eyelashes to look like spiders' legs so that they are more afraid to lose us than they are of spiders. Now we overline our lips so they know we are always ready to suck their blood. Then girls, don't forget to get out your best assets, your middle fingers. So although it's 2020...
If you're looking at this and you're thinking to yourself, it can't be real, I am sorry to inform you, gentlemen, that it absolutely is. Okay, these are the same types of girls who will go out here and complain about men not giving them the relationships that they want, right? They'll be out here chasing the bad boy, chasing Chad, and they'll turn around and say, when they're 30, 40, where are all the good men at? Where are all the good men? It can't be me. I'm not the problem. It's men who need to step up. You see, it's always men need to step up. It's never the crappy behavior that they involve themselves in. It's always men need to step up in a relationship. Let me say this before we get into today's video, guys. No man is out here interested in buying you an expensive handbag. He's not interested in making you his relationship. And if you want to wear whatever you want, if you want to go, try and get attention from other guys and say that that's not what you're doing, that's totally fine. But at the end of the day, men are not responsible for turning you into a wife or giving you a relationship. If you would like to act like you're single, be for the streets, you are more than welcome to do that. Nobody's arguing with you. But to expect men guys, these girls who say, I don't wear makeup for a man's attention, we all know it's not true. Otherwise, Instagram would not even exist, man. It wouldn't even exist. And the thing is, they know deep down why they're doing it. But guys, we're going to jump into today's video. If you're new here, what is going on? I'm Taylor the Fiend, back again with another response video. And on today's show, we're going to be breaking down these couple of TikToks. But before we crack into it, make sure you subscribe on your way in. Come and join the Discord link in the description if you haven't already. And as always, guys, if you'd like to support the channel, make sure you check out the Patreon link in the description. It's a fantastic way to support the channel. So if you're looking to help out the channel, that's a fantastic way to do it. Guys... We're going to jump into today's second TikTok before we break them down. And allow me to just quickly turn down the volume here because we all know how much these ladies, and I use that in quotations, like to yell. So let's crack into the second TikTok here.
As someone who's used Tinder on and off for 3 years, had 4 different accounts, I've legit seen it all. And I hate this app. I really do, but I can't delete it off my phone. I really can't. I spend maybe 45 seconds a month on it, and I don't really swipe right on anyone anymore but these are my automatic left swipe, don't think about it twice, you fucked up. Don't get mad either, I just hate this app and everyone on it, so my standards are fucked. Okay, number 1 is having a group photo as your first picture. No. Don't make me try and figure out who you are, no. 2 is having, girls in every single one of your pictures. Maybe 1 or 2 is okay, but dude, when every single picture on your account is girls, no. No, I'm not sharing. Fish. Explanatory. If you have an Instagram meme in your Tinder profile, I'm gonna report you. This list could go on for days, so if you want to hear more, tell me.
I mean, this is the kind of thing that we're talking about on this side of the internet when we're talking about entitlement. And, a lot of guys on this side of the internet will tell you that Tinder, the dating apps and stuff like that are essentially useless. And for most guys, they are. Right? If you're an average guy, you're getting on there, you're expecting to find, the love of your life, your girlfriend or something like that. Let me be the first to tell you that men and women actually use these apps for 2 different things. I don't care what the girls tell you. I don't care what the guys tell you, okay? Here's how it works. The girls use dating apps for attention and validation. Sometimes they'll use it to get with a guy for some fun, sure. But for the most part, they use it for attention and validation. Can you get girls from dating apps if you know what you're doing? Yes. Right? But for the most part, guys are getting on these apps and girls are just treating them like absolute garbage. Absolute garbage, guys. And see, it doesn't matter. On these apps, it doesn't matter if you're a good stand-up guy. It doesn't matter if you have good morals or anything like that. All that matters is whether you look good or not. That's what it comes down to, guys. Just your photos, right? And so these girls who are getting their inboxes just absolutely blown up think to themselves, well, I'm worth so much because I've got this guy who has a yacht messaging me. Or he has this, or he's got this, and he's messaging me. I'm not going to reply to the guy down the street now who's a nice guy who's had a crush on me for a while. I'm not going to reply to him, even though he's a good guy, because why would I do that when all of these other guys want me? You know what? I'm just a fantastic catch. And then these same girls wonder why they can't get in relationships, and they've been on the app for 3 years. If you want to have fun and do that, then that's totally fine. But men are going to treat you like you just want to have fun. They're not going to give you relationships. And the guys you are going to get relationships, well, let me say, they don't have a lot of self-respect a lot of the time. Okay? But we're going to play through the other video now, and we're going to break that one down as well. So I'm going to turn the volume back up, and we're going to crack back into it. Alrighty.
Men do still think that we wear makeup or don't wear makeup purely for male validation.
You do. You wear it purely for validation from both sexes, but mainly men, yeah. You wear it for validation. Because girls understand that the quality of partner that they can attract is determined by how good they look. Okay? Hell, if you wind back the clocks, guys, to an evolutionary standpoint when we were living in small tribes and stuff like that, how successful a girl's lineage would be is dependent on how good she looks. Okay? And how much she can ensure social cohesion. So what does that mean, guys? It means lying to ensure social cohesion. It means manipulation, okay? And what else it means is looking good, okay? And I don't personally have a gripe against either of those things, right? If girls want to, try and not rock the boat, I don't particularly care, right? I would just rather know that when girls say dumb stuff like this, I would much rather men in particular know that it's a complete lie. Because here's the problem, okay? Men are trained to be naive and watch this kind of stuff and go, oh yeah, okay, that makes sense. I believe her. Poor girl, she's in a really rough situation. See, that's because we as men, we look at the words of what they're saying. You see? And we're told to just believe them at face value. Guys, I've gotten to... It's at the point right now where I cannot sit here and tell you, hey, you know what you should do? You should just believe people at face value. We can't do that. We can't do that. We all know that people are gonna, betray you or whatever the case may be. You can't be believing, oh yeah, anything. Really, you have to watch what people do. And I mean, that's a really sad stance to have. But if you're a guy and you've been around a block for a couple of times, you know exactly what I'm saying here. Maybe you got an ex-wife or something like that. Maybe you've been in long-term relationships, and you're starting to watch these videos and you're going, hey, wait a minute, this is a lot worse than I thought. Okay.
So I thought I'd do a little makeup tutorial. Now I'm going to start with foundation. It is in the shade Porcelain. That's because I like to remind men that I need to be handled like a piece of fine china.
You guys know, I'm sure if you've been watching my channel for a while, you know why girls say stuff like this, right? Oh, I need to be handled carefully, I'm delicate, and stuff like that. The reason why they say that is because they've been in I'm not even going to use the word relationships. They've been in entanglements. They like guys who do not treat them like fine china. These girls who want to be quote unquote treated like fine china, you see, they've been out there with the bad boys who don't treat them like anything. They get called over at 2 a.m. on a Wednesday, okay, and the guy doesn't care about them. Let's be honest. Like the guy who's calling them over at 2 a.m. doesn't care at all. Okay, she's just there for a bit of fun. But what she's doing is she's allowing herself to do that, right? And she'll do it multiple times with multiple different dudes. Right? And then she'll get out of those situations, and then she won't even be out of the situations, right? She'll still be in those situations, and then she'll complain that she wants to be treated like fine china. That's just absolutely untrue, excuse me. Because these girls could voluntarily choose to not date men like that. Even this girl who, guys, is a bit on the annoying side, shall we say, right? And I've got to keep it really friendly for YouTube here, but a little bit on the annoying side, shall we say. Even this girl will have guys lined up that'll like her, that'll be ready to make her his girlfriend. But she doesn't want that, because if she wanted that, she would allow that to happen. But instead, she's going out and she's allowing people to treat her not like quote-unquote fine china. So to have that demand of you and expect you to follow it is, it's a bit of a double standard there, no? Bit of a, I'm not sure why the hell you would do that, right? Like, why would you be taking this person on dates, doing all these romantic things, showing them that they mean the world, treating them like a princess, a piece of fine china, when princesses don't hang out in the McDonald's car parks, if you know what I'm saying. Let's continue.
Carefully. Conceal the under eyes because the only bags that matter are the designer ones he's going to buy us for Christmas. Now crack out that white powder because we all know that men like women who can bake. Now we move on to blush because we like to look more flushed than a man will ever be able to make us.
You know, I'm going to have to keep the comment fairly brief and ambiguous here because of YouTube, guys, but when girls say stuff like this, oh, you know, he couldn't make me happy, shall we say. He couldn't make me fulfilled in that way, if you guys are following with me here. Whenever a girl says stuff like that, I find it very funny. I find it that tells you everything that you need to know about the girl, okay? Because when a girl says that, what she's really telling you is that she has been with guys who have not needed to make any effort in that particular domain, shall we call it, at all. She has strictly been with guys and had those experiences with guys for validation alone, for attention alone. She wasn't even necessarily there to enjoy the fun and the experience together for the 30 minutes, right? She wasn't necessarily even there for that. What she's telling you is that she has been in those experiences just for the validation and the attention that brings. Now, I don't know about you guys, but like if you want to talk about red flags, that is a hell of a red flag. That is I would consider that one of the biggest red flags, if not the biggest. Because what she's telling you is that she can be swayed easily by validation alone. That's something that I think is missed on a lot of these videos, guys, is like, you know, people will say, oh, girls only like guys with money. Girls only like guys who blah, 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 right? A lot of relationships, you would be surprised, I've said this before, you would be surprised how many relationships are founded on the fact that the girl is just chasing the validation. It has nothing to do with whether she loves you. It has nothing to do with whether the experience is particularly good. All she wants to know is she getting that validation or not? Okay, so we're going to keep playing the video here in a second, but when a girl says, oh, he couldn't, you know, please me in that way, or something along that lines, what she's telling you is she's allowed herself to be in situations where she's doing that purely for attention and validation, or to try and keep someone around. You see, because keeping someone around is like, I need the validation. I need to be sure he's going to be there for me. How about you use actually a better selection process and choose men that are going to be there for you? It's really not hard. They act like it's rocket science, man.
If you know what I'm saying. Now for eyeshadows, I like to go for browns to remind him that he will be living in the woods if he doesn't give me his credit card. And a little bit of shimmer to remind them that I am the light of their life.
I don't know about you guys, but I do not think that this lady would be brightening any rooms. But as far as the credit card goes, do I need to even comment on that? Right? The amount of guys we got in the comment section who will tell you that, you know, they feel as though they've been used for their credit card or their finances and stuff like that. The amount of men in the comment section of this video alone that would be able to tell you that is a little bit ridiculous. And when I say a little bit, I mean it's... Guys, the thing is, a lot of men don't understand this kind of stuff, and we've got a lot of people who will watch this video in the future or who are watching now, and they'll say, oh, this is just terrible. This is just a guy being rude to girls just because. Guys, I would just want men to know that this kind of crap is out here. And if you don't know this stuff, what you're doing as a man when you're walking out into relationships, you're essentially walking into a minefield. Okay? You're inviting... If you're some guy who... You know, the first girl that gives you attention, you really like her, you should be really concerned. And I don't say that in a mean way. I don't say that in a condescending way. What I'm saying is a lot of these girls, if you allow them into your life, they will use you and ruin your life. Now, am I saying all girls will do that? No. Okay, but what I am saying is that men are very misinformed by society, and women mostly, about how relationships actually work. Gentlemen, relationships are not about opening up your wallet to a girl. I don't care what anyone says. Relationships are not about doing that. Okay, it's just absolutely not. If you're a guy out here, you're in a marriage, you're paying all the bills, the girl's withholding bedroom fund from you. I mean, I can't think of that is a position that I hope no man finds themselves in, and too many men do find themselves in that position. Let's continue.
For eyeliner, remember that men are fragile, so we have to keep it sharp enough to cut them. Now for mascara, we want our eyelashes to look like spiders' legs so that they are more afraid to lose us than they are of spiders. Now we overline our lips so they know we are always ready to suck their blood. Then girls, don't forget to get out your best assets, your middle fingers.
Yeah, and I mean that kind of attitude, that kind of confrontation, I mean it's cool. If you want to have it, that's totally fine. I'm just going to use this as an example to show other guys, but if you want to have that, that's totally fine. but to turn around and expect anything of guys, you see, the thing is, if you're going to act openly hostile towards people, I mean, cool. But a lot of people aren't going to... I personally don't care, dudes. Like, I'm just an animated character on the internet, you know what I'm saying? But, like, if you want to treat people like that, I mean, goodness me, like, people are not always going to give you kind words or what is constructive criticism, shall we say. Like, and to go out and expect guys to even care about you after that, man, I just don't even... You see, if you're going out there and you're, you know, just openly hostile towards people, but then those same people you want something from, a little bit ridiculous. But guys, we're going to wrap up today's video with a couple of articles here. You know what? Actually, we're going to open up with this one. We're going to open up with this one because speaking of guys getting themselves in situations, gentlemen, we're going to read this. We're exclusive, but not dating. Make it make sense. Oh wait, no, this is from a girl's perspective. Okay, this still works. I, a 23-year-old female, have been talking to seeing this guy for 30, who's a 30-year-old male. So they're not in a relationship. Okay, they're just talking to. That's what the kids are calling it nowadays. Talking to, guys. For about 2 months now. Honestly, when we first met, I was pretty lukewarm, very sick of dating. But the more dates we went on, the more I found myself truly enjoying his company and liking him. A lot of our earliest conversations were actually rather deep, extensive conversations about hopes and dreams for our futures and what we wanted out of a partnership, and virtually everything we said lined up perfectly. Fast forward 5 weeks, we talk every day, we see each other at least once a week, we do live an hour apart, and since I just keep finding ways to like him more, I'm pretty interested in pursuing a full relationship with him. And so I tried very gently very gently ask, what's going on here with us, what are we, etc. And we were both being quite vague, and that's probably my problem because I'm not the kind of person who wears their heart on their sleeve. But from what I understand, we agreed to be exclusive because there was no mention of dating or labels or anything like that. I don't know how they agreed to be exclusive there, but you know, that's just me. But but anyway, here's the thing. Let's look at this for a second, okay? There's a YouTuber called Steph is Cold, and he covers this in his videos a lot of the time, right? And he'll say it very bluntly. Girls will allow themselves to be sold on a dream. Okay, and what they'll do is they'll try and get a relationship out of the guy. They'll start digging. If you're a guy and you're dating and you're asking girls for relationships, you are doing it incorrectly. You are doing it incorrectly. You don't ask for relationships. You don't ask oh, what does she want for dinner tonight? Guys, you just act that way, and if she wants to follow, she can follow. If she doesn't, she doesn't. Okay, but my point is, Steph is Cold talks a lot about this in general, and a lot of YouTube creators in his circle will mention, selling girls a dream. Right? It's just funny, man, that these girls what they'll do is they'll see a guy for a very long period of time, not even be exclusive, and then and then when he doesn't want to be exclusive, it's like that shocked Pikachu face meme, you know. We have also discussed how we are both the kind of people who usually jump into things and crash and burn, and we did both agree to try and take things a little bit slower than we have in the past. But he also will make little mentions of the future with me. He'll say oh, when we do this. I'm probably just crazy and reading into that, but we're sleeping at each other's houses and see each other all the time, so it doesn't feel like nothing to me. It feels like dating, but I'm not allowed to call it dating because that term hasn't been discussed. So I don't know. Am I being sprung along? Played, or is 2 months normal for this time frame and I'm just being crazy and falling too fast? This is the stuff that I laugh at, man. It's so funny because these girls are the ones that have to push for the relationship. They do. At the end of the day, if they're choosing a guy that they want, it'll always end up in a situation where they have to push for a relationship, right? Oh, but we were having fun for this amount of time. We were having fun, and I'm basically his girlfriend. No, you're not his girlfriend. You're not. And because during this time, the likelihood, I'm not saying it's definite, but the likelihood of her being with other guys during this time is incredibly high. I don't care if they say they're exclusive, she says they're exclusive. No, just absolutely not. Well, I mean, that's just another funny case of, guys are looking at relationships like, should I really? Should I really get involved in this? But guys, we're going to wrap it up really quickly with another article real quick here. So let me just find this. I don't know if I covered this earlier today, but guys, I wanted to show you this, okay? Let's look at this. 25 years old, not working, and so this is a dating profile, by the way. This is Tinder. And let's crack into the bio here. I thought you guys would have a bit of a laugh. New friends are welcome, but I'd really like to find a real, serious relationship. If you want to reach me faster, add my Facebook. I like video games, bowling, sleep, tattoos. Just ask me anything you'd like to know. Smile. I'm a bigger girl, by the way, if that matters. I have a 5-year-old son who comes first, so you'll have to like kids. I can't drive, but I don't want to be stuck in talking stage forever, so let's meet up sometime. Get to know each other, no hookups, period. And we got the passions here, and tattoos, tea, gamer, music, and board games. And the anthem is Star Shopping by Lil Peep. Hey, I don't mind Lil Peep. Lil Peep's good sometimes. But guys, oh my goodness, man. The 5-year-old son, overweight, no work, can't drive. Now, am I saying work's a big issue? Not really. I don't particularly give a crap. But it's just funny. So this lady's doing absolutely nothing with her life. She's not treating her body well at all. She has no self-respect, and she wants you to meet up and just relationship with her, and she wants no hookups. I mean, guys, do we have any takers? You know, this is the standards they have at the moment, right? It's like, I can do all of this crap, and I'm still entitled to a man. Right? It's just absolutely ridiculous. But guys, we're going to leave today's video there. As always, leave a comment. Leave what you think. If you disagree with anything I've said, feel free to do so in the comments. That's why they're there. As always, guys, subscribe on your way out. Come and join the Discord, link in the description if you haven't already. And as always, if you would like to support the channel, make sure you check out the Patreon, link in the description. But guys, we're going to call it there. As always, take care of yourselves, and I will see you boys in the next one. Peace.